You know, folks, I've been doing this a long time, and let me tell you, people are complicated. We're all a mixed bag of good intentions, bad habits, and a whole lot of baggage we drag around with us. And sometimes, it seems like no matter how hard we try, we just end up sabotaging ourselves. We make the same mistakes, fall into the same traps, and can't seem to break free from the cycle of self-destruction. So why do we do it? Why do we get in our own way? Well, that's what we're going to dive into today. We're going to pull back the curtain, take a look inside, and figure out what makes us tick. We're going to explore the roots of self-destructive behavior, those deep-seated beliefs and experiences that shape who we are. And trust me, this ain't about pointing fingers or placing blame. This is about understanding, about shining a light on the things that hold us back so we can finally start moving forward. This is about taking control of our lives, folks. It's about breaking free from the chains of our past and creating a better future. Are you ready to get real? Are you ready to face those demons head on? Then let's get started.
Now, the first step to any kind of change is acknowledging where you stand. And in this case, it's about making a fundamental choice. Are you going to try to navigate this thing called life on your own, or are you going to embrace a power greater than yourself? Now, I'm talking about faith. I'm talking about recognizing that there's something bigger than all of us, something that gives life meaning and purpose. For some folks, that's Christianity. It's about accepting Christ into your heart and letting his teachings guide your path. It's about surrendering that need to control everything and trusting in a plan that's bigger than your own. Now, I'm not here to preach, but I am here to tell you that faith can be a powerful force in overcoming self-destructive behavior. It's about surrendering to something bigger than yourself, about tapping into a strength that you didn't even know you had.
Now, let's get down to brass tacks and talk about the self. We all got one, right? But here's the thing, it's not as simple as it seems. You see, we're complex creatures, shaped by our experiences, our relationships, and all the stuff life throws our way. We come into this world as these innocent, neutral beings. But as we grow, we start accumulating baggage, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And all that baggage, well, it forms these different layers of self. It's like we're carrying around multiple versions of ourselves, each one influenced by different phases of our lives. And sometimes, those different selves, they clash. They pull us in different directions, creating inner conflict and confusion. And guess what? That's when self-destructive behavior rears its ugly head. Let's talk about the subconscious mind for a minute. This is where things get really interesting. You see, our subconscious, it's like this massive storage unit in our brains, holding on to every single thought, feeling, and experience we've ever had. It's the warehouse where we keep all our baggage, even the stuff we don't consciously remember. And here's the kicker. That stuff doesn't just sit there passively. Oh no, it influences our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors in ways we don't even realize. It's like having a shadow self, whispering in our ear, guiding our actions from behind the scenes. And sometimes, those whispers, they lead us down a dark and destructive path.
Now let's talk about trauma, and by trauma, I don't just mean the big, life-altering events. I'm talking about all the little hurts, the disappointments, the betrayals that we experience throughout our lives. Every time we're rejected, every time we're made to feel small or insignificant, it leaves a mark. And those marks, they add up over time. They create these invisible wounds that can fester and impact how we see ourselves and the world around us. We start living in survival mode, constantly on guard, expecting the other shoe to drop. And that, my friends, is fertile ground for self-destructive behavior.
Let's face it, folks. We're emotional creatures. We feel things deeply, and sometimes those emotions can be overwhelming. And when we don't have healthy coping mechanisms, we tend to react in ways that sabotage our own well-being. We might lash out at loved ones, numb ourselves with substances, or engage in risky behavior, all in a desperate attempt to escape or avoid those uncomfortable feelings. But here's the thing about emotions. They're like waves. They come, they crest, and then they recede. We've all got these internal dialogues going on in our heads, right? It's that constant stream of thoughts, opinions, and judgments about ourselves and the world around us. But here's the thing. Those thoughts aren't always based in reality. In fact, they're often distorted, negative, and downright self-sabotaging. We tell ourselves we're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy of love or success. And when we believe those negative thoughts, they become self-fulfilling prophecies. We start acting in ways that confirm our own limiting beliefs, perpetuating the cycle of self-destruction.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, that ingrained tendency we have to sabotage our own happiness. It's like we've got this self-destruct button hardwired into our brains, and sometimes we just can't resist hitting it. We get close to achieving our goals and then, bam, we find a way to mess it all up. We push away the people who care about us, make reckless decisions, and hold ourselves back from going after what we truly desire. It's a painful pattern to recognize, but awareness is the first step towards breaking free. Lesson 8. Humans need purpose. You see, deep down, we all crave a sense of purpose, a reason for being. We want to feel like our lives matter, like we're making a difference in the world. But when we don't have that sense of purpose, when we're just going through the motions day after day, it's easy to fall into despair. We start questioning our worth, wondering what the point of it all is. And that's when self-destructive behavior can creep in, filling the void left by a lack of meaning and direction.
Lesson 9. Humans can change. Now for the good news, change is possible. I know it might not feel like it when you're stuck in that cycle of self-destruction, but you have the power to break free. It's not going to be easy. It takes courage, commitment, and a whole lot of hard work. But the human spirit is resilient, folks. We have an incredible capacity for growth and transformation. And with the right tools and support, you can rewrite your story. You can overcome those self-destructive patterns and create a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment.
Lesson 10. Humans need community. Now here's the thing about change. It's not something you have to do alone. In fact, it's nearly impossible to do it on your own. We all need a support system, a tribe of people who have our backs, who believe in us even when we don't believe in ourselves. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who lift you up and encourage you to be your best self. Because when you've got people in your corner cheering you on, it makes that journey of self-discovery and transformation a whole lot easier.
Final thoughts. So there you have it, folks. The truth is, we all have the potential for self-destruction. It's part of what makes us human. But it doesn't have to define us. We don't have to be prisoners of our past, haunted by our mistakes and regrets. We have a choice to stay stuck or to break free. So take a good hard look in the mirror. Acknowledge your flaws, your insecurities, but don't let them define you. Embrace the messy, complicated, beautiful truth of who you are. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, the chances you didn't take. Today's a new day, a chance to start fresh, to write a new chapter in your story. Remember, you are worthy of love, happiness, and fulfillment. Don't let self-destruction rob you of the life you were meant to live. Go out there and create the life of your dreams. You got this.